Hi, it's Drew with DIY Green Energy. Currently thinking of rebranding my channel under Lewis Creations because my content is kind of all over the place. So, today's video is about my chicken coop here. And, the section to the right is the main coop. The section to the left where you see that clamp light at, that is the coop for the babies. And right here in front is my chicken entryway, because my chickens are free range, except for the babies. They've been locked in until today. I just let them out actually. But the whole reason why I have all this, the whole setup and whatnot, this was originally my garden, and due to placement and sunlight and everything, it did not propagate so well for my crops. And then about a year later, when I was thinking about tearing this down, I got into owning chickens, and I was like, okay, I'll turn this into a chicken coop. I already got the base of it. And on the interior, it's about 9.5 feet by 9.5 feet. The upper section I completely added right before I got the chickens, built the door. I got an external thermometer. And on the inside, I also have an internal thermometer that links inside my house, so I can always see what it is inside of the coop, temperature-wise. I do have a bug zapper and one of these horrendous smelling fly traps. They work excellent, but holy man, do they smell bad. And these are my big birds right now. Excuse me, let me get that wire out of the way. The one in front, that is Desi. He's my rooster. He's pretty awesome. The one next to him, that is Blossom. She is my Easter egger. She lays green eggs, and sometimes blue, depending. And then the one on the other side of her, which is a little harder to get into focus right now, is Lydia. She's an awesome chicken as well. Lydia and Ethel down here both have 5 toes. Because they are half silky. Actually, all of my chickens, all of my big birds are half silky. But this is Ethel. She's currently brooding and sitting on 4 eggs right now. And it's kind of awesome when they're doing this, because if you go to pet them, you hear these little dinosaur sounds come out of them. I love it. But in my main coop, I have a 3.5 gallon watering trough, and then a 7.5 pound feeder that I got suspended off the ceiling here. Sorry about the quick motion there. And then I got 3 different levels of roosting inside my coop for my chickens. And of course, they always go with the highest one, because the highest roost is the best roost. And then I got a shelf for them over there, and the milk crates down there are technically the brooding boxes, but as you can see by Ethel there, they don't use the brooding boxes. They'd rather be in between the brooding boxes and lay their eggs there. And then coming around to the other side of my coop, I'm sorry about that. Alright, here's some of my babies that are out right now. That one just hopped up there, that is Gwendolyn. The one directly in front, that is Cleopatra. The one with the blonde neck, or orange neck, that is Bubbles Jr. The one in front of her, that is Pugsley. Originally named Wednesday until we figured out that they were actually a rooster. And then the one to the right of them, all black, her name is Peeper. And then right down here is Joanna. These are all sweet birds. And then here's the baby coop. I do have a section of the roof, hold on a second, that you can lift up so you have immediate access into their roosting area. And then here's down into their area where they have a gallon water jug. The main door here. And then the rest of the run underneath where their food is, where they can dust bath and whatnot. Sorry about the random fingers across the screen. I'm still getting used to this phone. And then right now I'm in the process of building a 10 by 10 expansion to the coop. So that way when I have to go out of town, I can lock my birds inside the coop and they'll have plenty of space for all of them. Because right now, until the 4 babies hatch, I currently have 14 chickens. And this overall space is roughly basically 10 foot by 19 and a half feet. Or 9.5 feet by 19.5 feet, excuse me. Even though the expansion is a 10 by 10, so it's slightly different dimensions, but overall that is more than enough space for the birds that I have. And then their feed, their scratch and whatnot, I keep in these 2 different trash bins. That way it keeps the wild birds from getting to it. And soon I'm going to be building a storage unit for those to sit in so the wild birds can stop pooping on it. And soon here I'm going to be wrapping the pallet section of the coop with chicken wire, which is why you see that roll leaning up over there, in a vain attempt to try to keep the wild birds from getting into my coop. Since I've closed the human-sized door and added the chicken throughway, so they have their own door and whatnot, the amount of wild birds coming in has gone down, but the gaps in the pallets allow enough space for the finches to get through, so the smaller birds that I have in my area, and they ravish the chicken feed. And so I'm hoping adding that down here will help minimize that, even though I know they can still get in through the chicken door. But you know, time will tell everything on that. All I know is the amount of doves that I've had in my coop since I've closed the door and put the chicken throughway over here has dramatically gone down. But yeah, sorry, a little misplaced right now. Just be sure to like, share, subscribe, you know, all that typical YouTube blah blah stuff. Please leave a comment on what you think the channel name should be: DIY Green Energy or Lewis Creations. If I get around to it, I'll make a poll and leave it in the comment section. I do read all the comments and I respond to as many as I can. Everyone have a great day and take care.